Let us start today's discussion. Okay, so we will start with some examples of joint probability density. Okay. Okay. Example one: the joint probability density function of xy is given. Okay. The joint probability density the joint probability density function of two random variables x and y is it is given f of xy. One upon ab with limit 0 less than x less than a and 0 less than y less than b, and is 0 for all other cases, right? Elsewhere. Okay. Now the question is part 1 of the question. Find the distribution function if, or rather joint distribution function, right? Joint CDF we can say. Find capital F of xy. Okay. So let us try to solve this. So f of xy will be capital F of xy double integral minus infinity to plus infinity f of xy dx dy. Okay. So we can write it the value of small f of xy we already have, so we can replace it, right? Okay. So what will be the limit of x? X is equal to 0 to a, and limit of y is equal to 0 to b. One upon ab dx dy. So let us try to solve this integral, right? So it will be, or rather if we solve it in general, and then we will, let us find it with the general term, and then we'll solve it for some specific values. Okay. So if we do this, what will happen? Zero to x, and here it is condition that 0 less than x less than a, 0 less than y less than b. Okay, so it will be 1 upon ab y 0 to y dx and it is y upon ab x 0 to x, right? So it is nothing but xy upon a. For this is the condition. Okay. Now there are few conditions, or rather, if we break the limit, then what will happen? Let us try to solve case 1. Case 1, if 0 less than x less than a and y greater than b. Okay, then what will happen? If this is the case, then x lies here and y is greater than b. We know that in limit it is stated that y is 0 to b. So if y is greater than b, then f of x y will be simply x upon ab, and the value of y will be b, right? So it is x upon a. Fine. Okay, come to case 2. If 0 less than y less than b and x greater than a. Okay, then f of xy will be capital F of xy in place of x it will be ay upon ab. It is nothing but y upon b. Okay, now this is very interesting case 3. Case 3 is if x greater than a and y greater than b. Then what will happen? If this is the case, then find capital F of xy. This is our task now. So please think and try to solve it. You take 2-3 minutes. You please take 2-3 minutes and try to think what will be the answer. You please take 2-3 minutes and try to solve this. If it is solved, then please match the answer with the answer. Okay. So you take, look, this is the capital F of xy what we have received, right? This is case 1, case 2, and similarly we have to solve case 3. Try to solve. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So let us solve now. If both x is greater than a and y is greater than b, that is beyond the limit. So simply we put the value of x a, and in place of y we put b, and upon ab, right, which is 1. And another interesting case is case 4. If x less than 0 or y less than 0, then what will happen? Look, the difference between this case 4 and the other cases. Here, these are conditions that this is the limit of x and this is the limit of x. Here also same, here also same. But here, either x greater than 0 or y greater than 0. Then what will happen? Please try to think and then match the answer. And in between, if there is any question or query, please raise in the chat box. You try to solve this, please take 1 or 2 minutes. Okay. If any value of x or y is less than 0, because limit is starting from 0, right? Then f of xy, capital F of xy will be zero if x is less than 0. Then in place of x, we will put simply 0 cos y upon AB, which is equal to 0, right? For x less than 0. Similarly, if y is less than 0, then it will be x cos 0 on AB. And what is the value of y here? Anything. Either anything positive value. Let us consider. It is also 0 if y less than 0, and if x and y both less than 0, then 0 cross 0 upon AB. Okay. Now, let us conclude the distribution function. So what we are getting, capital F of xy is equal to let us figure out the different cases. First, it will be 0 for x less than 0 or y less than 0. Okay, this is the first case. Second case, which is the general case. This one, right? These two conditions satisfied. Then it will be okay. Xy upon AB, and the condition is 0 less than x less than a, and 0 less than y less than b. Fine. Okay. Now the third case is this case, case 1. X upon a for 0 less than x less than a, and y greater than b. Okay, and even if y is greater than or is equal to b, this will be the case. Okay. Okay. Case 4 is y upon b. We have received it right here. So the condition is x is greater than a, or rather you can say x is greater than or is equal to a. Even if x is equal to a, then also it will happen, right? And zero less than y less than b. Okay. And finally, if x greater than a or y greater than b, then its value is 1 for x greater than a and y greater than b. Rather, we can say x greater than is equal to a and y greater than is equal to b. Even if it is equal to, it will follow this. Okay. So this is our distribution function. Okay. Now, if the question appears, then draw this. Then what will happen? If we have to now what will be the pictorial representation of capital F of fxy? Okay, draw capital F of xy draw it. Try to draw capital F of xy following this. You take 2-3 minutes and try to draw. So have you solved this? So let us try to solve, okay? And then you match your answer. Okay. So it will be in 3 dimension, right? So let us try to draw it. This is 1 dimension x. Okay. This is y dimension. Okay. This is f of xy. Okay. Now let us try to draw it. After a certain time it is becoming 1, right? So this value is 1. Okay. And here is a curve, right? This is the curve, and if we join it like this with the origin line, here we will get so many curves like this. And so on. Sorry, similar curve we will get here. Okay, this type. Okay, here also these are like this. And what is the value of x and where? If this is the point, then here x is equal to a. Okay, and this is the y point, y is equal to b. Because if both are greater, y greater than a means this side, y greater than b means this portion, and x greater than a means this portion. So look carefully that if x greater than a and y greater than b, that means this part, right? And its value is 1. So it is nothing here, value is 1. Okay. So this is the sketch if we roughly draw. Okay. Now there is a part 2 of this question. A less than B, find probability of x plus y is less than or is equal to 3a upon 4. Okay, so this is the question which we have to solve now. So let us try to solve. So till now everything is clear to everyone. The first and the pictorial representation or graphical representation or whatever sketch. Please see it and ask if there is any query. Okay. If there is no query, then we will proceed. So take the limit provided that and if x plus y is equal to 3a upon 4, then from here we can say that x is equal to 3a upon 4 minus y. Upon 4 minus y. Now probability of x plus y is less than or is equal to 3a upon 4 is double integral of what? 1 upon ab dx dy. Now what is the limit? That is the question, right? This is nothing but the probability density which is given, right? So the task is, what is the limit? If we put the limit y is equal to 0 to 3a upon 4, then x limit will be 0 to x is equal to 0 to 3a upon 4 minus y, using this condition. Okay, now let us try to solve this integration. This is simple integration, right? This is equal to y is equal to 0 to 3a upon 4. Okay, and this part 1 upon ab will be as it is. This will be x, and the limit of the x will be 0 to 3a upon 4 minus y into dy. Fine. Okay, so this will be is equal to 1 upon ab y is equal to 0 to 3a upon 4. Here it will be 3a upon 4 minus y dy. Fine. Now let us proceed. It will be 1 upon ab 3a upon 4 multiplied with y minus y square upon 2, and y value is 0 to 3a upon 4. Fine. So what is the answer now? It is 1 upon ab. This is 3a upon 4 multiplied with 3a upon 4. That means 9 a squared upon 16 minus 3 upon 4 whole square upon 2. That means 9a squared upon 32. Okay, and if we solve, we will get 1 upon AB multiplied with, this is 9a squared upon 32, which is equal to 9a upon 32b. So what we got, probability of x plus y less than or is equal to 3a upon 4 is 9a upon 32b. Okay, fine. So please try to understand what we have done till now. If there is any query, please ask. You take 1-2 minutes and try to understand the whole thing. Sorry, understanding is important, right? Okay, if there is no query, then we will proceed for the example 2. Okay, provided that joint distribution of xy, a joint density function of xy, of x and y is given small f of xy is given by b multiplied with x square plus 4y square. And limit is 0 less than is equal to mod x, or rather you can write it x mod x is less than 1 and y is 0 less than is equal to y less than 2. Okay, and zero elsewhere. Find b. Find the value of b. Okay, so how to find this? First look at the question and read the question carefully, then we will proceed for the solution. Read the question and try to understand, is there any confusion or any query regarding the question? Understanding the question is very important, right? If there is no query regarding the question, then let us try to solve it. How to solve? If this is a valid joint density function, then the double integral of f of xy will be 1 for the limit x is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity and same limit of y, right? So then solve it. X is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity and y is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. F of xy dx dy is equal to 1. Okay. Okay. So what will be the limit of x for this value? X will be minus 1 to 1, right? So if we write minus 1 to 1 and y is 0 to 2, this value b x square plus 4y square dx dy is equal to 1, right? Okay. So let us solve. If we make this x is equal to minus 1 to 1, it is what it is, right? So b, it will be b x square y plus y cube upon 3. So it will be 4 y cube upon 3 and y is equal to 0 to 2. This value is 1, right? Is it fine? Here we can write or let us put the value of y here. it will be dx. Okay, x is equal to -1 to 1. This will be b 2x squared plus 32 upon 3, right? Minus 0 is equal to, not is equal to, dx is equal to 1. Fine. Now the perform the integration with respect to x. This is nothing but b 2x cube upon 3 plus 32 upon 3 multiplied with x, and the limit is x is equal to -1 to +1 is equal to 1. Fine. Now from here, can we calculate the value of b? Yes, we can, right? So let us try to calculate. Let us take the b outside. Now if we put the value 1, 1 means 2 upon 3 plus 32 upon 3 minus, put the value -1, -1 means this will be -2 upon 3, and this will also be -32 upon 3 is equal to 1, right? Fine. We write it in better way then. Okay. Or we can write this is nothing but the 2b into 2 upon 3 plus 32 upon 3 is equal to 1, or 2b multiplied with 34 upon 3 is equal to 1, or this is 68 upon 3b, right? Is equal to 1, or b is equal to 3 upon 38. No, 3 upon 68, right? So we get value of b is 3 upon 68. Fine. So, is there any query regarding this problem? Try to understand what we have done, and then we will proceed for the next question. Is there any query regarding this question? Please try to understand what we have solved. Okay, then we will come to example 3. Joint density function of xy is given. Okay, joint density function. Okay, joint density function of xy. It is given f of xy is equal to ax square y for 0 less than y less than x less than 1. Okay, and 0 elsewhere. Fine. The question is find A. First question, find the value of A. Find the value of A. Okay, this is our first question, or first part of this question. So again, solve in the similar manner. Please take 2-3 minutes and try to solve, and write the answer in the chat box. Take 2-3 minutes, try to solve in the similar manner of the previous question. Try to solve and find the value of A in the similar manner of example 2. Only there is a little difference in limit, right? Okay, so let us try to solve the question. Once again, we can write that minus infinity that minus double integration of minus infinity to infinity f of xy will be dx dy will be 1, right? So initially we will write it minus infinity to plus infinity double integration of minus infinity to plus infinity f of xy dx dy is 1. Okay. Now we need to put the limit of xy. So what will be the limit of xy? What will be the limit of xy? So can we write like y is equal to 0 to 1, and as x is greater than y only, right? So x will start from y and end at 1. A x square y dx dy is equal to 1. Okay. Okay. So now can we solve the integration? It is simple integration, right? So let us solve. Y is equal to 0 to 1. A x value will be x cube upon ay multiplied into x cube upon 3. X limit is x is equal to y to 1 dy is equal to 1. Okay. Now the thing is why this is x such limit if there is a query. Okay. Why we know it is 0 to 1 from here, but x, notice that x is always greater than y. That is why you have put start it from y. Okay. Hope it is clear. Any doubt? If there is any doubt, please ask. No doubt, then we will proceed. It is y is equal to 0 to 1, and first we'll put x is equal to 1, right? X is equal to, if x is equal to 1, then it will be ay upon 3 minus, then x is equal to y, then it will be a y to the power 4 upon 3 dy is equal to 1. Okay. Now integrate it with respect to y. Then this is ay square upon 6 minus ay to the power 5 upon 5 cross 3 15, and limit is y is equal to 0 to 1. Okay. Or let us put the value y is equal to 1 first. A we can put outside, it will be 1 upon 6 minus okay, wait, this is not plus, this is multiplication sign, right? So there is one mistake. Okay, let us do it from here. Or this is y is equal to 0 to 1 okay, no, it was correct, I hope. Yes, it is correct. Okay, so it will be 1 upon 15. Okay, fine, is equal to 1. Now how to solve? Let us take it a upon 3, then it is half minus 1 upon 5 is equal to 1. Is it clear? Okay. Or it is a upon 3 this is 10 5 minus 2 is equal to 1. Or it is 3 and 3 will cut out and it will be a upon 10. A is equal to 10. Okay. So what we received, the value of a is equal to 10. Okay, fine. Is there any query? Please look at the solution once, try to understand, and then we will proceed for the next part of this question. You take 1-2 minutes to understand and then we will proceed for the next part of this question. Okay, so if there is no query, then we will proceed for the next part of this question. Sorry. Part 2. Find the marginal density of X, which we can write f of X, right? Find f of X. Okay. Then how to calculate f of X? Let us try to solve. F of X is, it is the marginal density of X, right? So we can write f of xy dy. Okay, and y value will be y is equal to x to 1. Okay, for 0 less than x less than 1. Okay, so what is f of xy? Ax square y, and a value is 10. So this is y is equal to x to 1 10 x square y dy. 0 less than x less than 1. This is 10, we can write outside. So, so it is x square y square upon 2 y is equal to x to 1. Limit is the same for x. So it is 10. First it is x square upon 2 minus y value is x, right? If it is x, then it will be x to the power 4 upon 2. This is 5x square 1 minus x square. Okay, so marginal density of x, f of x, is five x square 1 minus x square, or x value is 0 to 1. 0 less than x less than 1, and elsewhere it is 0. Fine. Now come to the part 3 of the question. It is very simple and similar to this part. Find marginal density of y. Okay, so this is the marginal density of X as we calculated. Now in similar way, please try to calculate the marginal density of Y and then match the answer with me. You take 2-3 minutes and try to solve it. So have you tried to solve? If you have solved or solving, let's complete and match the answer. So let us solve. Okay, so f of y will be, it is marginal density of y, right? So integration with respect to x, and what will be the limit? Limit will be x is equal to 0 to y. Simple. Now this is nothing but the simple integration. X is equal to 0 to y, 10 x square y ds. Okay, so x is equal to, if we integrate it with respect to x, then what will we get? It is 10 . x cube y upon 3, and value of x is equal to 0 to y. So this is 10y to the power 4 upon 3. 10 y to the power 4 upon 3. Fine. So can we write f of y is equal to 10y to the power 4 upon 3, or but here what will be the condition of limit of y? Y's limit is 0 to 1. 0 less than y less than 1, and 0 elsewhere. Okay. So any question? If no question, then we proceed to example 4. Sorry, example 4. A very interesting question. Joint distribution is given. Okay, given joint distribution variable, joint distribution function of a random of two random variable x and y. That is, capital F of x y is given. This is very interesting question. Please try to understand. If there is any question or query, write in the chat box. Okay. Okay. So it is 0 for x less than 0, y less than 0. Okay. 0.2, for 0 less than or is equal to x less than a, and 0 less than or is equal to y less than b. Fine. 0.4 for x greater than or is equal to a, and y value is 0 less than or is equal to y less than b. Fine. It is 0.8 for 0 less than or is equal to x less than a, y greater than or is equal to b. Okay, and 1 for x greater than or is equal to a, y greater than is equal to b. Okay, this is the data we are given. Question is find marginal distribution of x. Find if capital F of x. This is the marginal distribution of x, right? So let us try to find step by step. What is capital F of x? Capital F of x is nothing but the capital F of x comma infinity, y value is infinity, right? Okay, now where y value is infinity, here y infinity means y greater than b. If y greater than b, in that condition we will get y is infinity only, right? If y is between 0 to b or less than 0, then y cannot be infinity. So two cases we are getting. First, y greater than, if y is infinity and x is between 0 to a, then the value is 0.8. And if x is greater than a, y is infinity, then the value is of capital F of x, xy is 1, right? And what if y is infinity but x is less than 0? So it will be 0 only, right? Okay. So we can write it. So we have three cases. First case is 0 or x less than 0. For x less than 0, it is always 0. 0.8 for x is between 0 to 1. 0 less than is equal to x less than a, and 1 or x greater than is equal to a. Okay, is this clear? So it was part 1 of the question. We have another part. If this is clear, then take 1 or 2 minutes and try to solve. Find marginal distribution of y and